considering that this is the last episode of part 1 of season 2 of ReZero, it's going to leave off probably on quite a lot of... It's going to make you think. But I'm also hoping that Subaru kind of gets closer to the goal of actually making the world slightly better, saving everyone, as hard as that seems to be at the minute. But for when we actually left off, the Witch of Envy herself made an appearance at the tea party. What is she going to actually say? Well, other than just telling Subaru that she loves him constantly, but characters we used to see as friends are currently not quite. Enemies have also been flipped. Who's going to stay in the good books? Who's been in on it all the time? How can you return devoured memories? Questions I'd like answered, but we're going to have to watch to find out. She wasn't invited. But out of all of them, it's the only one that's actually exuding an aura. You wanted to see him? Ah, that as well. What? The thing is, her love is a bit disjointed from the normal meaning of the word. Understandable. Is there any of those witches there that you'd really trust even to tell you a truthful sentence? Does it? I mean, well, she showed some sort of reverence to the Witch of Envy there. I've said it before, he doesn't have to shoulder every burden himself, but yes, probably quite true. But at the same point, if he hadn't have been given the love and the ability, things would have ended a lot sooner. Ah. After everything that everyone around him has had to suffer through, I wasn't expecting that. But if she truly does love him, then yeah. That's strangely reasonable. Yeah, he's thrown himself into the core of it over and over again because he can. Well, because he can. But if he had one attempt... Obviously, the unexpected things wouldn't have been able to happen, but what would he actually have chosen to do? But he doesn't have any amazing ability like Reinhardt or even Julius. So trying to be the linchpin of fixing it? the events of everything seem to be a bit over his control, out of his control. The world? Everything that's happening to everyone? And yeah, okay. That's, I guess, one way out without taking any sort of contracts. They're all fighting over him. That's a useful ability. Huh? So where do all the others... Where do they end up on the... On which side, etc.? The thing is, saving everyone and having the good end probably has him at that finish line as well, but with the ability to return, he hasn't really been thinking about it. The memories of every failed attempt. You can't hit us with that. Is it going to show us the origins of Subaru and Satalia? Headbutt of healing. Is there a way out? There are loads of people who, well, maybe not depend on him, but have accepted them into their lives. So yes, there is value. Just because things look hopeless at the minute. Okay. True, you have been betrayed by a few of them. Envy is a confusing sin. Being trampled. I don't want to see him just give up. Is there anyone else that could have gained all of their intrigue? That's a confusing one, though, because it's like... Is the one that he saw there was Rem, so the one that he was thinking of was Rem, but obviously because she has kind of disappeared from everyone except for him, that makes sense. With so many useful allies? Yeah, but at this point it's kind of... As long as you don't anger them, their help would be useful. So the hand that he threw away, is he going to accept the help now? I think we mostly all are. Her ideals don't really match up with his, though, so yeah. The fact that his character can comprehend and grow like this, in the midst of his breakdown a few minutes ago as well. Difficult, but not impossible. I see. Yeah, no matter the intent, the fact that she did help. That's one motivation to do something great. One way to describe them. You don't have to like them. Even if it did come with some heartbreaking consequences. No. But without it, he wouldn't have even made it this far, and everything would have been quite a bit worse. No one would even be there to grieve. The breakthrough of a self-hatred, depression type thing is very nice to see. They are words which I think a lot of people would need to hear. No. Subaru is the type to just... He wasn't going to let Beatrice get out easy. He's not going to let the Witch of Envy, even if she does... Hey, Patrice. Does have a bit of an insane personality. Good girl. She really... fought to get here, didn't she? I think we know why. Is that a language? Otto, why do you speak Ground Dragon? Otto is a complicated character. Having someone to care for him. Is all of the talk during the witch's thing that just happened finally sunk in? Self-worth given by Patricia. When did we actually meet her? It was really, I think, relatively early. He hasn't said that yet. Boom. That was a sudden and intense... What is that liquid? It's not bile or anything, that was far too clear. Ah. Even though she was wanting to help, the fact he rejected her still would sting. Roswell. Yep. I'm not even going to imitate your mannerisms. Quite quick on the uptake, but then again, the other versions of him were the same. Well, he's not really allowed in anymore, but... There's more... that kind of one-sided thing is the same kind of love that the Witch of Envy has for him. Okay. What was the point of removing his face? Yeah, why say things in such a roundabout way? Sure, some people don't know what's best for them, but I don't like the way his thinking works. Roswell, can you take it back about 6 or 7 steps? Starting to freak me out. He's not really shocked at the fact that he's got the book because he already knew. What was the point of bringing it out now? Well, it's in the book. Of course he's going to know. I don't like the ellipses. Didn't like the ellipses. It's... I've been wondering who is behind it all. That is fucked. Seems to be the case. Yeah. He probably is, but somehow he's clung to scraps of sanity. If that's what it takes to be perfection in his eyes, I would rather be flawed. Just straight into a deguiser. Oh, that wasn't within his expectations. He's putting his head that hard down, the wood itself is creaking. I now don't see an escape here. With someone so fervent in their belief of the Witch of Greed, and Roswell being quite strong. No, it's kind of like the opposite of that. He's trying to mould him into the perfection. Who does that out of hate? What are the bounds of his contract with the witch? I kinda hope so. The good thing is that Subaru has people that he cares for, and as long as he keeps them close to him, at least close in his heart, then he shouldn't fall. You can't run from your troubles, Subaru. If only there were people you could ask for help. Would be nice. Riding in to save the day, his best friend. Considering you can talk to the ground dragon, is there a lot more to Otto than we know about? He's just a simple trader. For this, is it preparation for this attempt? Or... Slap some sense into him, Otto. Actually, that's some good advice. The amount of times that he has put on a smile and a friendly demeanour, even though he was in the midst of despair. Now, I did have some concerns about Roswell. Didn't think he was quite this bad. I thought that he was somewhat acting against Subaru and the betterment of everyone. Didn't think he'd send assassins after his own staff. And even through everything that we've seen and the disasters that have occurred, the witch's message of have some self-worth, yeah. That's all I can describe it as, just, yeah. But the way this is playing out, it really does seem as though he is going to have to make a choice. Like what Roswell was saying. I'm not entirely sure I'm ready for it. But I'm going to prepare. Maybe not with a punch to the face. I think we can all agree that Patricia, the ground dragon, is too good for this world. Truly, who is the only one capable of bringing Subaru to the realization that people do care for him. If you enjoyed this, please let me know. After seeing that, I might need it more than ever. If you want to see the next one, and I say next one as the first episode of the second part of Season 2, subscribe to the channel, leave a like and a comment. Join onto my Discord to rely on others while actually having to put in any actual effort. But get some rest. Take care of yourself. See you in the next one. If you want to be the catalyst to the feelings of self-love to my channel, then consider joining on to my Patreon, because so far, Sal, Raywin, Electric Ant, Dynamite 1997, Shiwan, Jennifer Rojas, Mecha, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Dark Shadow 7899, Mats, and everyone else have done so much to pull me out of any sort of despair, and hopefully on track to the perfect ending.